All right, we're going to bring you some breaking news just coming into us now here in Al Jazeera that Pope Francis, the first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church, has died. Just to repeat that, an announcement being made by the Vatican in a video statement saying Pope Francis, who we know has been suffering health challenges, has now passed away. It ends an often turbulent reign that has reigned in the Vatican as he sought to overhaul the institution. Now, we do know that the Pope had appeared briefly to give traditional Easter blessing on Sunday. He appeared from the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica in front of crowds there. And that appearance followed a brief meeting with the US Vice President J.D. Vance. And those appearances were his highest profile appearances since he was discharged from hospital. Doctors were telling him he needed to rest, but he did make those brief appearances, raising perhaps hopes that he was on the mend. But now the news coming from the Vatican, the leader of the Roman Catholic Pope, the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Francis, has died at 88 years old. Well, he was born in Argentina, the first Latin American to take the post, as I mentioned. Pope Francis, broadly popular, appealing to both conservatives with his orthodox views on religious doctrine and reformers with his liberal views on social justice. Sonia Gallego takes a look back at his papacy.
As soon as he stepped out onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, Pope Francis made history. He was the first Latin American pope, the first non-European for more than 1,000 years, and his simple words and humble manner immediately won over the crowds.
Buonasera.
As Cardinal Bergoglio, the Archbishop of Buenos Aires, he had witnessed firsthand the hardships faced by the poor, and from the start, the new pope showed the world the humble side of the papacy. He chose Francis as his papal name, inspired by St. Francis of Assisi, the son of a wealthy merchant who chose instead to live a life of poverty. Pope Francis led by example and made clear that he expected the same of his clergy.
Hombres que amen la pobreza.
Men of poverty, exterior poverty, simplicity and austerity of life. Men who do not think and behave like princes. Men who are not ambitious.
I think he was a pope of the developing world. He was a pope of the poor. He was a pope who spoke to and from the margins of society, and who was very conscious of the gaps which exist in society and the way that people erect barriers between themselves. And I think he, more than any pope I can think of in modern times, was able to speak over those barriers. I just have an image of him hugging people. You know.
His warmth and common touch were particularly obvious during his weekly audiences, when thousands gathered to meet him in St. Peter's Square.